Time for some operator fashion, because one of the things that came with the Steel Path is of course a set of rewards from Teshin's shop. It is of course the Bishamo set, which is of course a set of operator armor. So here we are in the back of my orbiter, and now we're going to be walking to the operator room with the operator like so. I'm going to try and do it blind by walking quote-unquote backwards so you can see the prime, or rather the set of operator armor in semi-various forms of lighting. As you can see, the main thing is that we do have a Dax looking helmet plus Dax looking armor, so this is all really cool stuff in terms of the lore. There's also this thing at the back of the operator, this sort of circular thing. I think it's meant to look like a glaive, but I'm not 100% sure about that. Either way, that is most certainly part of the body of this suit. So let's have a look at the quote-unquote build of this suit, if you will. Here we have all of the appearance options to choose from. So the first thing, of course, is the Bishamo helmet. As you can see, that is, of course, the helmet. So everything that changes here, that is what that particular helmet affects. Like I said, it is supposed to look like a Dax helmet when it's closed, but when you have it open, it looks a little bit like that. So that's a quick close-up of the helmet when the hood is quote-unquote opened. The next thing, of course, is the Bishamo cuirass. So that is, of course, the body of the operator armor, so anything that changes here, that is, of course, the big change. That also includes the sort of waist scarf thing, if you will, so that is, of course, part of that particular piece of armor. Like I said, this also includes the back glaive-looking thing as well, so everything that you see that's changed there, that is, of course, the big difference. The next thing, of course, is the Bishamo pauldron, so that is, of course, the arms. Now, the arms is basically everything that you see change right here. That also includes this shoulder armor thing that you also see right here. There seems to be a bit of a difference between the male looking quote-unquote operators and the female looking quote-unquote operators. So essentially everything that you see here from the cuirass and everything that you see here on my operator, the male version quote-unquote appears to be what you see on the UI, the female version of course being what you see on my operator. Awesome. And finally we have the Bishamo greaves, same idea. So this is of course the legs. That is everything that changes. That also includes the back waist thing, as it seems. So it's kind of hilarious that the front, if you're using the cuirass, actually has a front waist scarf thing, but the back is where you get the back waist scarf thing. So I guess, generally speaking, you probably want to keep both of them on together. Now, whether or not the scarf thing is actually part of just the female quote-unquote set as opposed to the male quote-unquote set, I'm not 100% sure about that. So if you happen to have a male-looking operator quote-unquote, let me know in the comments. The Bishamo set, as far as I can tell, does not have a waistband per se, so you could of course use something like the Copra Falls if you want, which I guess kind of looks a little bit weird. You could use the tassets, which is essentially something that I can't even see. Oh, there it is, right there. You could use something like the Sino Apparel, Haztec Apparel, Guberdon Apparel, Smelter Apparel, Vard Apparel, Vent Pobber Apparel, Zauber Apparel, which of course they're all the Vent Kids apparel that you can find in Fortuna. I personally, of course, will be sticking with the good old-fashioned Commodore Prime apparel, which is, of course, the chain, which actually looks really nice because it actually hooks up to the back of the suit. So that is really cool. So let's have a look at the operator suit a little bit more close up with the Commodore apparel. So let's walk around in it, and as you can see, the chain from the Commodore Prime apparel is still slinging as per usual. And that's pretty much it. Now, of course, the big question is, what would I actually change from the Bishamo set to use with my operator on a near constant basis? And the first thing, of course, is going to have to be the Bishamo helmet. That has got to go. I personally still prefer the Commodore Prime mask, especially because I actually like the hair that I have chosen for my operator like so. And, of course, the sort of suit-looking thing that you've got there with the Commodore Prime mask being a hood open, I always really like that, so I will probably stick with that. Otherwise, I would actually prefer not to change anything of the Bishamo set without changing the entire Bishamo set. And the reason why I say this is because I find that the color scheme of the Bishamo set is really incompatible with a lot of other things that I like. For example, the Commodore set. So, the Bishamo cuirass color scheme that I have right now is exactly what I like about it. I tried other color schemes, they didn't really work. Here's the problem though, if I try to change the cuirass to the Commodore Prime cuirass, suddenly we have this section here for the arms that I find to be really ugly. And there's nothing I can really do about it, because for whatever reason, the quote-unquote lining color of the Bishamo set appears to be its more or less primary color. The most things about this set change on the lining, as opposed to, say, the Commodore set, where it's really just the metallic parts. A lot of the Bishamo set is metallic, therefore a lot of that lining color is going to change with that particular color change. So the Commodore arms does not appear to be particularly compatible with the Bishamo body. Of course, I could try to change the color of it and maybe go for like a black instead of that, but at that point, you know, like I'm already losing a lot of color as well, so not really feeling this one at all. This is especially egregious if you also put on the Commodore Prime legs. That is ugly, in my opinion. Just the way that's colored does not jive with me one bit. So I am not going to like that at all. This is the same if I use something like Copra leggings, which I guess turn out slightly better. Emissary legs just don't work at all. Manduka legs are goofy, I guess. Seda Prime legs, not particularly good either. Point is, it seems like the Bishamo set is not very compatible with most of the other armor, in my opinion. If you disagree, let me know in the comments why. So that's pretty much it. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments below. Now, of course, the operator set does actually cost quite a lot of steel essence, so good luck farming all of that stuff. I did manage to get quite a decent amount doing a 1 hour Kuva survival, but it is a 1 hour Kuva survival, so if you're able to stay awake for that long, you should probably be able to get a lot more than what I got. Either way, hope you guys enjoyed. If you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe for more WarFrame content, and until next time, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye.